It's hard to imagine a world where you make $200 million in less than 14 years, but can you imagine blowing through all that money in even less time? That is exactly what Allen Iverson did with his money. If it wasn't for one clause in his contract that saved him, Allen Iverson may very well have never seen millions again. Allen Iverson was a superstar in the NBA almost instantly. He was the #1 draft pick in 1996, and in his rookie debut, he dropped 30 points against the Bucks. Allen Iverson continued his trend of being a tireless scorer who just kept going at any defense you throw in front of him. His talents allowed him to secure a ton of money in the NBA, as we know. After it was all said and done for AI, his career total earnings amounted to $200 million. Now you're probably wondering, so how did Allen Iverson spend his money? Well, for starters, AI had monthly expenses which included $10,000 on clothes, $10,000 on restaurants, and more than $10,000 on groceries. That alone is more money for clothes and food than a lot of people make in an entire year. The reason for a lot of these expenses being so high was because Allen Iverson was very generous with his money. He would buy everything for his crew and family, which included up to 50 people that he was financially dependent upon. And I know he has no regrets about that since he has stated it in the past. Allen Iverson trusted the people around him, and he wanted to show his appreciation for helping him get to where he was. Despite having so much trust in his crew, he didn't have much in banks. Allen Iverson was known to keep garbage bags filled with cash around his mansion. Despite how much AI would give to his entourage of people, garbage bags would still mysteriously disappear without a trace. Another spending habit of Allen Iverson's was going out to the clubs. I mean, who doesn't love a good night out every once in a while, right? Well, AI loved a good night out on any given night. Matt Barnes has spoken about how AI would regularly blow $30,000 to $40,000 a night at the strip clubs. Matt Barnes was even said how he used to scoop up AI's money off the floor and rethrow it. A perfect example of Iverson's insane spending habits would have to be the moment he couldn't find his car when he got back to the airport. After searching around, he eventually called it quits and decided, you know what? If I can't find it, I'm just gonna buy a new one. He ended up getting a ride to the dealership where he bought a brand new car because he couldn't find his previous brand new car. And just to show how valueless cars were to AI, he had a brand new Bentley worth around $200,000. His teammate at the time, Larry Hughes, was checking out his car when he said, yo, AI, I have to get me one of these. So as generous as AI is, he said, bro, you could have mine. All I know is he must have been the friend of the decade to a lot of people. So as we know, AI eventually starts feeling the repercussions of his spending habits. Once he was no longer making that NBA money, he didn't have nearly the same amount of income to continue his lavish lifestyle. In 2011, his Lamborghini was impounded due to failure to provide the proof of ownership to the police, so they repossessed his car. As they were taking his car away, AI furiously yelled at the officers, "I will make more than you in 10 years. Do you know who I am? Take the vehicle. I have 10 more." But AI would have to eat those words only a year later. Iverson's career came to an end in 2010. He has completely drained of his $200 million by 2012. His bank account reached a breaking point when he had to file for bankruptcy after being unable to pay back a $900,000 debt he owed to a jeweler from Georgia. So, how did Allen Iverson get saved? Well, when Reebok signed AI back in 2001, they created one of the most unique contracts in sports history. Reebok constructed the contract to pay AI $800,000 a year in a $32 million trust fund that AI will have access to in 2032. It's almost as if Reebok always knew of AI's crazy spending habits and knew that they had to add these clauses to help AI in the future. Luckily for Iverson, he has still been able to live a great life due to his contract and will once again be able to tap into multiple millions come 2032 from the trust fund. We've seen many players go down the road of AI where they lose it all. I mean, 60% of all NBA players are financially broke after 5 years of retiring. What other NBA players' finances would you like to see us break down next? Let us know down below. As always, if you enjoyed, please hit the like button and subscribe to never miss a future video. Thank you all for watching the Hoopaholics, and we'll see you on the next one.